Welcome to Rome Overlanding. Enjoy the ride. Welcome to another episode of Rome Overlanding. My name is Adrian Abrahams, and today you find me in the beautiful mountains of Limpopo. On this episode, I'm going to be taking you through Limpopo, South Africa. It is an emerald jewel of South Africa, and I can't wait to show you. My guest today is going to be Roelf Rosema, good friend of mine, and our friendship has been fired and forged through overlanding and building 4x4s and overlanding vehicles. Yesterday we arrived at camp. We just decided to meet up here, got out as soon as we could, leave the city, get out into the mountains, set up camp. Just before the sun went down, Roelfie threw a few fly fishing lines and had a really beautiful evening, made a nice big fire. Since I met Roelfie, we've really challenged each other's passion and love for the outdoors, but there's not many people I know who have as many gadgets and as many ways of enjoying the outdoors as Roelfie. Whether it's from hunting to fishing to 4x4ing to even his job working on a mine for the family business. And it's every time I see him, he's outdoors doing something, and I think we gravitated towards each other as friends because of our mutual passion for getting out into the wilderness and having a lot of fun. We hit the road a couple of hours before the hectic Friday afternoon traffic, leaving Pretoria and Joburg behind as we journeyed up the N1 into Limpopo to the majestic Magubas Kloof, where we would begin our short yet very adventure-packed trip to explore the Lowveld area and take a special interest in all the ways to see the infamous Blyde River Canyon from above and below. We could then pump the brakes on our way back home to take a couple of days at a gem of a spot to do a good bit of fly fishing in the Mount Anderson Nature Reserve.
We're here in beautiful Limpopo on a wonderful trip with the original Rome crew, with two new additions to the Rome crew, my wife, Hayley, and our good friend John. We've got a few special spots planned, spots that are special to me and spots that we've always driven past. You know, driving down to the Lowveld for 20 years. And we've always just flown past. So how fast can we get to the Lowveld? That's how it was in those days. And I would like to stop and smell the roses a bit and see those beautiful parts that we haven't seen and those that we have seen, and just spend more time. It's going to be exciting, and to see new spots and to spend time with those that are special to us. As a kid, we spent a lot of time with my family in the Greater Kruger, in nature and being in the bushveld. That had a massive impact. It actually developed into the love for nature and the love for the bush and the love for being in nature and just enjoying it and experiencing it for what it is. And the best parts are the undisturbed parts, and it's absolutely fantastic to be able to do it and, you know, build the wonderful rigs that we have. And from my background, I love designing the stuff, and I love, you know, helping develop stuff, and it's really a passion that, like, it adds fuel to the fire, and it adds motivation to get out there and, you know, test a new thing you've done and see the improvements over the years. Each trip we do a small little change on the way we camp and the way the vehicle's set up, and all that stuff does is enable us to do it in a little bit more comfort, which sometimes is nice, you know. It's nice to rough it out, but it's nice to be able to be extremely remote. And 30, 40 years ago, people would have done it and it would have been really, really, really rough. And today we do it and we have all the little luxuries with us, and some of us love the luxuries, some of us don't love the luxuries, and you know, each for his own. Up to this point, I'd done a few trips around about South Africa, Eastern Cape, Kruger, and it was just a dream to go to Namibia. And Adrian and I sat and we started putting it together, and me and my father actually fell relatively ill with COVID. It was quite serious. We landed up in hospital for a couple of weeks, which wasn't great. And yeah, it really put us back, a massive step back in health and life, you know, as it did to many people. You know, we were not unique in that sense. We were just grateful that we are here still to tell the story, and many people are not. When the regulations started to relax a bit, we started planning our first big Rome trip, trying to comply with all the COVID regulations and the vaccines and the PCR tests, and yeah, what a story that was. I'll never forget it, traveling during a pandemic. The doctor cleared us and said, "You're good to go." We departed, and not very fit and not very, you know, in a strong physical condition. We just still went out and did it, and we'll never look back. Namibia is an ultimate overlanding destination. I think from the most southern point to the most northern point of that country is an overlander's paradise. And when we went to Namibia and came back through Botswana, Adrian took us on an adventure of a lifetime. And Botswana being more bush-light, as I've been used to growing up in the Greater Kruger, Botswana being more like that, you know, I immediately liked it. And I was like, this actually feels a little bit like home. I will never forget the trip from Quetta to Kubu Island. 100 Ks, 12 hours. It was fantastic. And literally we couldn't go faster than that. That was as fast as we could go. Crossing that Ntwetwe pan, stood in the middle of the pan there, and you could see nothing but mirage. You know, that's an experience. You got to go and do it. That's what sparked the next big trip, which was Botswana, Okavango Delta, and it's like a switch that just goes on. It's like, I like this. I want to do this more. And I suppose that's the same what happened with us from, you know, little kids. Every December we got excited. Oh, we're going to the farm for 3 weeks. You know, those 3 weeks flew so fast. You think a 6-hour car journey is long. You know, and as kids you always ask, Dad, are we there yet? Dad, are we there yet? But then you get there and then 3 weeks flies past that you have no idea. But it's just, that shows you when you're enjoying something, you forget about time. And a week will fly by, yeah. But go spend a week in your office doing paperwork, that will feel like a lifetime. A large portion of my love for the bushveld and nature is definitely attributed to, I would say, my family and my family's culture. I'd love to have the privilege to pass it on to my kids one day. Last year we actually came back exactly 30 days before my wedding. Thank God I found a wife that loves overlanding more than I do. I don't think I'll be traveling solo anymore in my car. I think those days are long gone. I now have a companion to do it with me, and I think, you know, that's the beauty of life, you know. You find like-minded people and you enjoy it together. go down Magubus Cliff and past up Nordia and through the forest there and come back through the back roads out back to Zwakala.
Lekker, let's go. This Magubus Kloof Pass is so awesome. It's such a special gateway to the Lowveld.
The past 2 years we've done very big trips, and I think this is one of those stop and smell the roses trips. It's nice, it's quick, it's accessible, doesn't cost a hell of a lot, like traveling 5,000-6,000 k's in a trip. This trip's just over 1,500 k's. And just look at where we're driving. Look at this beauty we're in here. You don't have to go far to see beautiful, beautiful things.
Well, our vehicles are significantly dirtier than when we left this morning, but that was actually a really beautiful drive through those amazing forests. It's interesting to see the mix between the natural forests and also the plantations. Obviously it would be lovely if everything could be natural, but it is what it is. You still got to find beauty in it, so nothing like a filthy 4x4, hey? And look at this little lovely spot we come back to after a nice day out on the trail. Tonight, we decided we're gonna use the pizza oven that's here at the campsite. Check that out. That's nice. We've got a new friend joining us, Mr. Jean. He's going to be joining us soon. He is bringing us pizza bases and all sorts of toppings and everything. Looking forward to that. And he'll be joining us for the rest of the trip. Jean, you have outdone yourself. Look at all these pizza ingredients. You got bases, you got everything. Would you say eating good food while you're camping is important?
Very. You got to have a well-balanced, healthy diet that doesn't just consist of steak.
I mean, there's no reason why you can't have good food on going camping and overlanding. You just need the right setup. You can have excellent, you can have fine dining food if you stay long enough.
Fine dining in my terms is called a knipmesbraai.
Translate?
If you have a fire and a wooden board and a knife and a piece of meat, and then you sort it, and then you're styling.
Yeah, then it's fine dining because you just cut it up and...
Exactly. Cut it up finely, and then you dine. And that's fine dining. We've got to have the veg, you've got to get the veg in, so we have chicken every now and again. Have you had the piece now?
Good luck, turn it a bit.
Beep, 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 beep.
Ja, dat is toch storieskies.
We are on our way to a very special area. It's called the Lowveld area in Limpopo / Mpumalanga. And yeah, that's going to be a very beautiful camp on a private farm.
Awesome. Sounds epic. So Roelfie saw his favorite distillery en route today. So we decided to pop in, check it out. Very cool, very low key, small, little industrial, handcrafted, small batch gin. So needless to say, we're gonna do a little tour, see how it's all made, ask some questions, and pick up a couple bottles for the rest of the trip. Should be nice, and some gifts to take home to everyone. Do you think you have enough gin, Roelfie?
Yeah, for a year probably.
So we're actually not so far from the confluence.
This place feels like a stark contrast between where we were at 15 degrees, 14 degrees to a proper 38 today. It's not an official campsite. We're in a riverbed in the bush. We found an open spot and we pulled in here. Got obviously permission from the landowners, and yeah, we are in the most beautiful, picturesque little campsite in the Lowveld bush. Yeah, there's a lot of leopard, there's a lot of hippo. Get your spotted hyenas, all your small cats, you know, your civet and serval and all of that.
We weren't saying anything.
It is so lovely waking up in the bush. All the birds were going crazy this morning. It was hot last night, but I think everyone had a good rest. As we were going to bed, we could hear the hyenas in the distance, and just doing a little walk around now to see if anything came through our camp, but it seemed pretty quiet.
This bush is so thick now, it's insane actually.
When last did you see it so green, John?
Yes, Adrian, this place has transformed itself since I last saw it. In terms of just vegetation, and you can actually identify the trees, you know, the special ones. It's quite cool.
Beautiful, huh?
We're about 2 k's from the end of the Blader where it actually joins the Olifants River. Beautiful spot. We usually come here and have sundowners after a long, hard hunt. From here we're heading out to summit the mighty Maripskop. It's also a special place and beautiful drive. It's really, really worth doing. We're gonna actually have a look over the Blader Dam, which is in the Blader River Canyon, which is one of the largest canyons in the world, and it's a green canyon, which makes it even more spectacular. and that's upstream from where we are standing right now.
It's quite a crazy climb to the top of Mariepskop, 1,950 something, and that's where all the radio towers and stuff are.
That is absolutely insane. If you think of it, that's what Joburg is above Durban's elevation.
Yeah, so that's theoretically not the Lowveld up there.
No, I wouldn't say so.
But we came here a couple of years ago with you and Haley, and we were holding on to a special little surprise there.
I proposed to Haley on a spot that we'll definitely go and revisit. I picked a spot that we can go back to, hopefully many times during our lifetime on this planet we call Earth.
In the 1800s, Mariepskop was used as a stronghold by Chief Maripe Mashile and is actually named after him. Later on, in the 1950s, it was used as a military radar station. This area has some pretty interesting history, and you can really feel it as you drive up these tight, twisting roads. It also forms part of the Drakensberg mountain range, with a peak of 1,947 meters above sea level, which is the highest point of the Blyde River Canyon. The natural environment of Mariepskop is incredible, with everything from timber plantations to indigenous forest, rainforests, and even right on top has fynbos areas. It is a really brilliant thing to see the change of the vegetation with the increasing altitude. This really is a fantastic experience.
We park up and take a walk.
How's that drive?
Yo, epic, eh?
It's cool, huh?
We're in the clouds.
Absolutely.
Yo, the view.
So it's your first time up here?
Yeah, what's the height?
This is 1920 or something at the moment.
I feel dizzy.
Haley, it's good to be back here.
It's so beautiful.
Weather's a bit different, huh?
It's substantially warmer.
Substantially. Hey, Roelfie? How's that?
Fantastic. Yeah, I forgot how steep that incline was.
Yeah,
That was proper.
beautiful.
First gear.
First gear,
The
yeah.
cruiser was first gear.
Make the
Yeah.
V8 work, huh?
Yo, no, it's absolutely beautiful to be back here. It's
The view is awesome. It's hot. You
a bit
can see
less
how...
stressed this time.
Yes, a little bit less stressed. You can see how hot and hazy it is, huh?
Yeah.
This is a awesome viewpoint, but there is one more sneaky one just around the bend.
Hey?
Broodje van half, broodje van...
That's a cool view of the dam, eh?
This is so awesome up here. It's absolutely stunning. These rock formations, the whole valley here, seeing right into the Blyde River Canyon. And we are booked to take a boat cruise right down there. So we're going to see the whole canyon, top to bottom. Ah, absolutely awesome. There's another viewpoint on the other side of the canyon where you see the 3 rondavels, and that is a very well-known tourist attraction and the more mainstream way that people experience the Blyde River Canyon. But for us overlanders, we like the path a little bit less explored. We had a massive day exploring the Lowveld and finding some of its gems. Everyone was excited to get back to camp, have a lovely meal and hit the hay for the evening, because tomorrow is another big day. We spent the night camping at Swadini right along the Bladder River because we wanted a good head start in the morning for our boat trip. This really gives you a completely different perspective of the canyon, as we now have beautiful cliffs towering above us. This is going to be something special. Hey, back on a boat in water where there's hippos. That's how we do it, huh? Beauty. Oh, there he goes. What a pleasure to be able to go out onto the water in the Bladder River Canyon. It is absolutely stunning. What did you think?
You've got peaks around the dam that are more than 1 kilometer up from the dam in height. That is insane, just to even perceive that. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So we've done Fish River Canyon and we've done Bladder River Canyon. What's next, huh? Grand Canyon.
Well, that's the only one left to do, eh?
We are now moving onwards towards Mount Anderson Nature Reserve. We're going to be heading through the Stratum Tunnel. It's quite a beautiful, intense drive, but we are ready to kick back and do a bit of fly fishing and just chill at camp for the next couple days.
For the rest of the year. Thank you. Signing out. Bye.
Needless to say, we have arrived, I think, in heaven. Everyone is quite chuffed with this campsite. This was John's surprise for the trip. It seems like he is the most excited to get here and start fishing. The fly rod is already out, and I'm hoping we're gonna have a fish on the line any minute now. Beautiful camp is set up. We are right on the river, and we will be here for 2 magical days. Fishing, chilling. This is the good life.
Try something.
If you had to ask me what's an example of a perfect campsite, I think this is. And obviously nothing is absolutely perfect, but this is damn near close.
Even an adventurous drive-in with some splishy splashies.
We did water crossings and some deep ones. Hey, how was that? I didn't expect that, I'll be honest with you.
Roelf's in a rowboat. John? What do you got?
Let's hope the waters are as promising this morning as they were yesterday evening.
What happened yesterday evening?
Let's just say we caught a couple of trout. It was phenomenal. I've never caught trout like that in my whole life. 8 trout in an hour and a bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and
Let's
catch
hope
another
this
8
morning
today.
Well, hopefully more, and hopefully a couple of big ones.
Hey,
Yeah, so we're going with 2 tactics this morning.
nice. I haven't seen you up this early yet, this trip, so this must be some real excitement.
It is indeed.
So we have had quite the adventure over the past few days. I think it's been an absolute treat to travel through so many of these places that are, in a weird way, foundational for many people in their relationship with the outdoors here in, you know, the Gauteng, Mpumalanga, Limpopo area. It's it's pretty cool. It's really pretty cool. We were driving yesterday and recounting stories of, you know, certain trails and places along the way, and you just start to realize how many little compounded memories start to build your experience of, you know, overlanding and getting out and camping, fishing, all of these different little things. It's amazing as you go through your life how, you know, all of these experiences build you up as the person you are. It's very cool to share that with friends and exchange stories around the campfire, and it's been such a treat. Such a treat. I think today is going to be spent doing a lot of fishing. I think last night the boys hit it pretty lucky, so I think they want to try and keep that going, but we'll see what it's like. So far this morning it's relatively quiet, but it was relatively quiet when we arrived yesterday, and then all of a sudden it just went mad. So we'll see how it goes today. Hopefully they get a bit of luck.
I don't think it looks too bad.
Looks good.
Slowly getting there.
Delicious. You haven't caught one fish today. Your dad caught 3.
Yeah.
Jean, 2.
No, my dad caught 5 or 6.
Yes, you see, your dad's flying today.
Yeah. This is what happens when you bring your wife along. Then you get food like this. Otherwise we
Just eat out the fridge.
just eat out the fridge.
Let's go.
Is this a stupid idea, Jean?
I don't think so, Adrian. I think it's actually quite a clever idea, but there is a mild amount of stupidity involved.
There's a risk factor, like when you have to 4x4 to get into the river and all the stuff in the back of the canopy falls over.
You want one, Dad?
Just the spot.
Absolutely.
You think you can't get closer to the river, eh?
No, we're in the bloody river.
Little fishes are nibbling on our feet.
Yeah.
Gin and tonics are going. There's a big thunderstorm coming.
It's gonna end our fun quite soon.
You think so?
Yeah. It's been quite an adventure-packed trip. I mean, what we've done in the past 5 days is quite something. And I think that's where people get misled on overlanding, you know. You don't need to cover large distances. Yes, some trips require that, and they're nice in their respect. But this is also just as nice in a different way. It's definitely been an outlet, you know, from the work environment. When I do the trips, it just like de-stresses me to come to these places. I think especially if you have kids and future plan to have kids like Haley and I do, you know, it's definitely a positive for a child to experience this, and I experienced it, and I'll tell you now, that's why I'm sitting here today, you know, in this space, in this environment, is because I loved it as a kid. I was exposed to it as a kid, and it definitely laid a foundation. The impact on mine and my dad's relationship, being able to travel together like this, firstly, it's a massive privilege. You know, you and me both traveling with our dads. Not many people can do that, you know, for all different circumstances, but I think that's firstly a big privilege. And secondly, our relationship definitely is stronger. You know, we have a lot of bonding time together and quality time, you know, as a group, but as individuals in the group as well, to strengthen the relationship and chat about important things that you might not get time to chat about in a family environment or in a work environment or, you know, in a home environment. But coming out here, exposing yourself to the elements, being in nature, I think definitely on any form of relationship it's a good space for building relationships and taking solid relationships just to a higher level and to strength. Like I said on the last trip, yes, I miss Haley. You know, I wish Haley was here to see this. And she's been very eager to join on a Rome trip for a very long time. I've really enjoyed it, and it's been good for us. Really, we've done a special trip now, which has really been a huge bucket list trip as well. You know, although it doesn't, you know, it's not a 3,000 kilometer trip. It's really, it's amazing what we have right behind our doorstep. If you've never had an adventure, if you've never gone outside of your comfort zone, you know, taken the decision to go and explore nature, to go and explore the wilderness, wherever you are sitting, you know, whether you're in South Africa or in America or Europe, my recommendation would be, you know, find something that inspires you. Find a place that grabs your attention. Once you've made that decision, you'll be surprised what you'll find. There's amazing things out there. I would watch some Rome overlanding videos to the different places that we've been and the experiences we've had, and see if that's something that you would like. Make a decision and go and get out. Traveling into the unknown obviously has its risks, and being someone who likes to, you know, mitigate every possible risk, you can't really do that in some circumstances. You know, so that aspect was challenging for me. Getting into a challenging situation definitely helps you personally grow. I mean, just take for instance the time in the Moremi where the hippo hit the boat. You know, we all still probably have a bit of a PTSD from that moment. You look at it differently. You look at a hippo differently. You look at, you know, your respect for that environment changes. That respect change is definitely a form of personal growth, you know, in the way you provision and plan for a trip and You definitely grow from when you start overlanding to the way we do it now. You know, we know what we need. We know how much we need. That first overlanding trip, I was like, gee, I have no idea what I need. I have no idea how much I need, how much water I need. It's definitely a learning experience to travel the way we do. My outlook, you know, I don't see overland travel as a solo, you know, on my own exercise. You know, this is how I want to overland, and how I overland is with my family and with my friends. It's what I enjoy, and it's what my family enjoys, and my friends as well. And the little bit of time that your normal person gets off, like me, who you know has a normal job, I want to be with those people, and being with those people and doing something that you enjoy is the best time off you can ask for.
I told you I'm gonna catch them.
That was so quick. First cast, yes.
Oh, so
Fishing from camp, huh?
fishing from camp, this is how cool this spot is.
See, maybe we lulled the fish into a false sense of security by becoming one with them. Oh, he's beautiful. Is this for dinner?
Could be.
Here we go, baby. Look. Oh, wow. Hey?
Should we keep it or?
Yeah, that's a good size.
I mean, you can eat this.
Are you prepared to prepare it?
Go.
John's on again. That orange is really catching their eye. Pretty big. There we go, there we go. Yeah, he is. He's quite a bit bigger. Johnny? Yes. There it goes.
Nice size trout,
Yeah.
pan size.
Very nice.
Lekker man.
Are you serious?
Welcome to Rome Fishing Channel.
What are we doing with it?
Yeah, I think we're going to eat it and put it in some foil with some white wine, with some herbs, a little bit of salt,
Lekker.
garlic maybe, and we should have a lekker snack.
So that brings an end to our 950 kilometer adventure, which has been pretty awesome. It's been packed full of fun and adventure and a lot of learning and bonding time, spending time with family and friends, and I think that really is the heart and soul of what overlanding is all about for so many people. It's been really awesome. So thank you very much for tuning into this episode, and I really hope you enjoyed it and that you got to maybe find some new ways that you and your family and friends can get out there and go and enjoy the beautiful outdoors and get a little bit of inspiration for your next adventure. I'll be catching you on the next adventure soon, wherever that might be. Cheers!